What's good? Shout outs to 78. Inspired me to make my own list. I'm going to jump right into it. Marquez. I'll give him a B+ fighter. See, the thing about Marquez is I think people who I list as B fighters and B+ or A- fighters can beat Marquez. I give Marquez a B+ to an A- fighter. Yes, I have to put the plus and minuses in there because you have to understand he is partial elite, right? But then again, his skill level puts him in a B category. Like, he's elite because he did knock out Pacquiao. You know, he had them wars. He's probably the second best counterpuncher in the entire game next to Floyd. And that has to be taken into consideration. So I got him as a B+ A- fighter. Next fight, I got mad fighters here, so I'm going to try to go as fast as possible. Jesse Vargas. Jesse Vargas, I give a B+ fighter. I know a lot of people think that he squeaks his way out the end, you know, and he always gets a gift decision. But I think Jesse Vargas brings the goods every time to someone who is not prepared for. He's like a step below Amir Khan. That's who he reminds me of. Miguel Vasquez. Vasquez is waiting for his debut on, not debut, but he's finally on the center stage to show his talent. This is a guy who is slick as hell, and he is not a black dude, you know, black slick fighters. He's just slick. Hard as hell to catch a hold of, and I give him an A- fighter. He's undefeated. He has the potential of really taking down anybody in his way. A lot of people wanted to see him versus Broner when they were at the 135 division, but it never happened. A lot of people felt Vasquez could give Broner problems. You think Broner has the potential of being slick, but a lot of people feel, and I feel, that he's a little lazy. Klitschko is an A fighter. We all know why. We still would love to see him versus a B fighter, which is, where is he? Deontay Wilder. I give Deontay Wilder a B+ to an A- fighter. His knockouts can't go unnoticed, you guys. We can't just talk like the man ain't knocking out everybody he steps in the ring with. Even the Malik Scott, who I feel, be honest, will give Klitschko a good fight. I know that sounds weird as hell, but just their style, you know, he's a mover, you know. Deontay, he'll walk you down type of shit. So that's why we wonder what would ever happen if Deontay wouldn't meet against a Klitschko. But as you can see, like I said, I had Stavern at just a B fighter, where I have Deontay as a B+ A- fighter. Gary Russell. Gary Russell, I give a B+ fighter. Even with that one loss against Lomachenko, and I have him on my list also, who I gotta be honest, I give Lomachenko, and I gotta give him a B+ fighter also. The thing about these guys is this. Russell, I thought, in my opinion, I thought Russell came into the fight a little over his head. I think he was just mad at the fact of him getting a shot and not focused on, let me just deal with whoever they throw in front of me, you know, that type of scenario. He automatically just, I'm going to beat him. He doesn't deserve this shot. And ended up getting beat. You know, that can happen a lot. And he beat him clearly. So I give him all the props in the world. Now, where does Lomachenko go from here? That's the question everybody wants to know. And that's why you can arguably say that, way, he's better than Gary Russell, you know, his style. But that doesn't mean Gary Russell's complete trash. So I put them both at a B+, because I think anybody else who sits up against Gary Russell probably would get the business done to him. Rigondeaux, A+ fighter. We know about that. B-Hop, A+ fighter. Miguel Cotto, A+ fighter. I give Miguel Cotto an A fighter. He could be an A+ fighter. He did beat the Martinez that a lot of people didn't think would happen. I felt Cotto was going to win that shit truly, dearly in my heart. I felt Cotto was going to win, and he did, because Cotto is the warrior that he is. Tim Bradley, A-plus fighter, even with the loss to Pacquiao because you also beat Pacquiao. Let's not get it twisted. It's a 1-1, motherfuckers. Andre Ward, A-plus fighter. We know about that. Marcos Maidana. I give Marcos Maidana, honestly, a B- fighter. I know. Oh, my God, he's going against Floyd. He called him a B- fighter. Marcos Maidana is perfect for a brawler situation. Anybody that could box could probably beat Maidana. Broner, why didn't Broner beat him? Because Broner's lazy. See, that's the thing that takes away from Broner's boxing ability. He has the ability to do it. He's just so cocky. People get so... I've seen people who are just extremely cocky. It's in their everyday posture. You see what I mean? It's terrible. It's just how they live their life. They're just a cocky, young, dumb motherfucker. So... whatever, man. B- fighter for Marcos Maidana because he can make it a brawl to those. Obviously, when Broner ain't paying attention, Broner can get the business done to him. Where do I rate Broner is what you want to know. I give Broner a B- fighter because of his laziness. A B- to a C+ fighter. Until Broner shows me that he can do more than just the uppercut and the left hook, the check left hook when he thinks that he can throw it out there, then I'll give him more credit. Good combination against Taylor in the 12th, but you gotta show me more than that because obviously a dude like Maidana, you don't want that type of business. And there's a bunch of fighters on this list that will give you that type of work, and I don't think you're prepared for it. So B- to a C+ fighter, more toward the C+ range because of your laziness. Lamont Peterson. Lamont Peterson, you can arguably give him a B+ to an A- fighter. Lamont Peterson beat Amir Khan. Lamont Peterson wants to fight with Danny Garcia, so he shows that he wants to be great. He looks like he has the skill and the potential to be a great fighter. His resume he has a strong resume, you know. He pretty much fights anybody out there. He just goes overlooked sometimes. The big, you know, the drug factor came into play, and he, you know, he was overlooked a lot. So a lot of people they don't really like ranking him like that, but they can't deny that the man he wants to fight. So shout outs to Peterson. I give him a B+ from skill and an A- fighter. Omar Figueroa. This is another dude that's sort of like a Maidana. So he's winning his fights. I mean, he's exciting to people who like brawlers. He doesn't really excite me that much. He gets hit way too much for me. So, you know, I give him a C+ fighter just because he gets hit too much. Anybody with a type of good jab in his face, I think, and like at least a decent defense will give Figueroa problems. Ricky Burns, what up, nigga? A lot of people wanted Ricky Burns to fight Broner. I forget who DeMarco is fighting right now, but they wanted Burns to fight Broner also. When Burns was undefeated, Burns ended up losing against the wonderful Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford did a great job against Burns, and that's how Terrence Crawford is catapulted up to pretty much an A to an A- fighter. The thing is, with Terrence Crawford going up as fast as he is, you can't really, like, if he's set in a division, you could grade him better. But every time, if you're moving up to a new division, you got new players there, we're going to have to see you against heavy hitters in that division. You can't carry your rank from one division to the next from dominating the last division. Doesn't work like that. Let's move on. Did I grade him? Ricky Burns. I don't know. I'm doing this off the top of my head. Ricky Burns, I give him, because he's still a good boxer, you know, in my opinion. He's still a good boxer. So I'll give him a C. Keith Thurman. What up, nigga? Keith Thurman, I give him, you know, the thing about Keith Thurman when he fought Diaz, which really was the standout of the fight, which is he turned his speed up like tenfold. You know, there was nobody sitting with this man's speed. And Diaz, I knew it from jump. I was talking to my man Boxing Beats and Rhymes, and I told him that Keith is going to walk right through this dude. And he ain't believe me, and he did. Just, you got to see that type of, you know, how he talks about the game, how his boxing skill is. We saw him fight before he fought Diaz, and how young he is. You know, I don't know why people felt like he's not like Bradley's weird. You know, that's the fight that a lot of people would love to see, Bradley versus Thurman, because believe it or not, it seems like Thurman is a little bit faster than Bradley is. Thurman actually showed his true speed in the Diaz fight. I think it was the 5th round. He turned it up, niggas. So to be honest, it's arguably to say, because of what I've seen, you can give this man an A- ranking, straight up. I don't care where you guys put him. That's where I put him. I think Keith Thurman is a monster. It's just he hasn't got his shot like that. I think he would have cleared Malignaggi also. I think he would have stopped him also. But, and he keeps knocking out everybody he keeps going against. But, or stopping him, TKO, let me get it clear. But you can't overlook what the man actually does before he stops him, or when the cameras are just asking him predictions and shit. Like in the ring, he does things that can't go overlooked. Sean Porter, I got him close by, so I might as well drop him next. Sean Porter, I give Sean Porter I give him a B+ fighter. He's a more polished fighter than Marcos Maidana is. I don't see him much different than Marcos Maidana. Don't get it twisted. He's better than Marcos Maidana. I feel like if Porter just used his jab more in the Brook fight, we would have saw a different form of him. Will he use it later on, or will he just do all inside fighting his entire career? We don't know. So that's why you can't just, you know, he has a potential of jumping to an A- to an A fighter just by putting his jab in there. His inside work is there. I think his jab, but his height is against him also, and his reach is not that strong, is not that long either. So those are two factors that could play against him. But no doubt in my mind that he could still give work to, like I said, I think that he could give work to a Marquez, who I gave a B. I gave a higher ranking than him. You know, just in my opinion, man. I think even him versus Tim Bradley would be crazy. Nobody even thought about that fight. Sean Porter versus Tim Bradley. Holy shit. There's a fight that needs to be talked about. Let's keep going. I got other ones down here. I try to run through them fast. A lot of people want explanations on why they're down there, you know. Mauricio Herrera, I give him a B+ fighter. There's no reason why he can't be. Mauricio Herrera, in a lot of people's opinion, beat Danny Garcia. Speaking of Danny Garcia, I give Danny Garcia a C+ fighter to a B- fighter. I gotta be honest. I don't like Garcia as much. I don't think he has skill like that. I think that Garcia, C-, a C+, to a B- fighter. I think that Danny Garcia, in my opinion, to this day, got lucky with the Amir Khan. A lot of people don't want to give that credit, but I think that if there was ever a rematch, I think Danny Garcia would end up losing. As far as Lucas Matisse is concerned, I have him on my list down here. I give Lucas Matisse a B- to a B+ fighter. If Lucas Matisse was that fighter that we thought, he should have beat Danny Garcia. As far as the rematch is concerned, I know he's shouting for a rematch right now. I don't think he will beat Danny Garcia in a rematch. It is what it is, you know. So let's move on. Canelo, what up, nigga? Canelo, I give a B- fighter. The minus goes in there because Canelo seems like he's just not slick enough. Let's move over to Lara. Lara, I give a B+ fighter. B+ because he seems like he has the potential to be an A fighter. How many A fighters are actually in the 154-pound division? Not many. If you throw a Canelo in there as an A, you got to put Lara in there as an A. There's no way. There's no way, like I keep saying, there's no way Canelo did more body work than Sean Porter did against Kell Brook. It's not possible. So if you scored the fight for Canelo beating Lara in body work, I don't see how you didn't score body work so much in the Porter fight. Not going to go there. Let's keep it moving. You had him winning. I don't even see you. People didn't even have Porter as a draw. They just had him as a complete loss. But that's why Kell Brook gets a B+ ranking Kell Brook gets a B+ ranking because he beat the undefeated Sean Porter. Now, Sean Porter might have went in there with the wrong game plan, but the fight that everybody wanted was this fight, and they ended up getting it to the point where you got to give the credit for the fight that taken place. Brook won the fight. So, Brook, I called it a draw, in my opinion, you know. That's why I give Sean Porter a B+ also. Don't get it twisted. I give them both B+. I felt one fighter, I felt it was a draw. But some people feel like Kell Brook, in my opinion, his boxing skill is a little more polished than Porter's is. You know, I can't give him that A- ranking yet until he's ready to face on a Tim Bradley, or, you know, he's ready to face on, I wouldn't say a Mayweather, but say he beats a Thurman, you know what I mean? It was arguably, the whole hand wrapping thing is a big factor in boxing, you guys. You can't just say it, oh, it didn't matter. You don't box. Any extra padding in there makes a difference when you get hit. So you got to take that into consideration. Was it a fluke or not? And that's another reason why you can't just jump on the rankings because of that. You an A fighter now, Jack. Brian Jennings has the ability to jump up to an A+ fighter. Right now, I give him an A-. His performance against Perez wasn't the greatest, but he does box very well. And I think out of all the heavyweights, he's the best boxer that resembles a Muhammad Ali as far as being light on their feet. He's the best one out there. Deontay Wilder, in my opinion, plants too much. That's why I gave Deontay Wilder a B+ to a B-, where I give Brian Jennings, honestly, a B-. Brian Jennings is also undefeated. Doesn't have as many knockouts as Deontay Wilder. People have taken him the distance. But Brian Jennings does show his skill, shows a factor that I also see from Keith Thurman, which is why I rank both of these guys A-. George Groves, what up, nigga? Groves, man. Yo, you know what's funny? Groves gave, honestly, I would like to see Groves versus Durrell. I think if Groves versus Durrell, Durrell would get Andre Durrell. I think Groves would get his shot again, you know, to be great. Groves versus Anthony Durrell will be a great matchup. I give Groves a B+ ranking. Groves, in my opinion, can be an A-. But it's just, I don't know if he gets cocky or careless when he fights. But it shows why he is not an A fighter or an A+ fighter, like I said before, for Carl Froch. I didn't know, look, when I ran through this earlier, I didn't give as technical as A+, A-. But when I go in and really think about it, you know, Rigo A+, B-Hop A+, Miguel Cotto A+, Carl Froch A+, Tim Bradley, I give him an A+. Andre Ward, I give him an A+. I gotta give Bradley an A+. His record is no joke. And he beat some of the top 10 in his division. He beat, I think, 4 out of the top 10 fucking welterweights. So shout outs to fucking Tim Bradley. If you don't like it, suck a dick. Now, back to Groves. B+, A- fighter, because he does have the potential to be great. Him versus Anthony Durrell or Andre Durrell would be an epidemic. And then, you know, maybe he can get another shot, a number 3. They will pay for it. They will sell out that arena again, you know, to watch these guys fight. I'm talking about Groves and Froch. They will watch it again, you guys. I think everybody else here in boxing will watch it again. Austin Trout, I give him a C+. I give Austin Trout a B- fighter. The reason is because he's not Lara. Lara's a B+ to an A- fighter. Lara is a remember, Lara was fighting against Paul Williams when nobody wanted to face Paul Williams. And back before anybody was really giving Lara props, I was still representing Lara because a lot of people felt he beat Paul Williams. And, you know, Lara was just always overlooked. He got the balls to get up there against Canelo. A lot of people felt he beat Canelo. But, you know, he took the loss like a man. And I think that Lara is just overlooked as far as skill is concerned. Some people don't favor the slick boxers, and that's a prime example in that fight. Delorme, what up, nigga? Delorme's a good fighter. He beat Kareem Mayfield, and a lot of people, the hype was so much behind Kareem Mayfield, who I give a C- to a C+ fighter value on, that Delorme, you could put him to a B+ to an A- fighter. His skill speaks for itself. Now, he ended up losing before. He has a loss on his record. I forgot who he lost to. But it was a fighter that a lot of people didn't think he was going to lose to. But the other fighter that he lost, I forgot his name. He wanted it more. Who was it? It wasn't Figueroa. I forgot who he lost to. But he wanted it more. And Delorme ended up taking a loss because of that. But that doesn't mean that he doesn't still possess the fact, and he's a world champion right now. Shout outs to Delorme. A- B+ factor, more toward the B+ side, but definitely, arguably an A- boxer. Shout outs to Delorme. Provodnikov. A lot of people put this man way too high on the list. I give him a C+ ranking. I don't think he's beaten any of the top guys out there in 140. I don't think he's beaten anybody, the top guys at 140. I think he's too complacent. I think that his footwork is terrible. I think he doesn't have a jab. I think he's just a brawler. And I don't think Tim Bradley should have risked himself in there with that type of box. I think Bradley could have easily outboxed him. Fuck giving the fans what they want. I think you know, because the true fans know the truth. And I think the people, you know, they want too much from Bradley compared to Provodnikov being some type of stepping stone where if you beat Bradley, you're not really doing nothing. Fuck that. You beat Provodnikov, you're not really doing nothing. And if you beat Bradley, you're saying something in this sport. Brandon Rios, I think, is trash. This is the first fighter. A C- to a D ranking. Brandon Rios, I think, has no boxing skill at all. I think as soon as he got his $4 million, he wasn't as focused. He got that $4 million from Pacquiao. He has been on a trip. I heard my man does all types of drugs, angel dust, all crazy shit. I don't respect that type of shit. If you're doing this type of professionalism and you want credit to be the best. Lost a lot of credit for, what's his name, Hatton. I lost a lot of credit for Ricky Hatton at the time because of him starting to sniff coke or whatnot, that dumb shit. And I will never give him his credit ever again. But Brandon Rios, a C- to a D fighter. As far as his skill is concerned, he doesn't show any procession of type of threat in any of in his weight division. He's just a waste of time, to be honest. I said Jesse Vargas. Victor Ortiz. Victor Ortiz is weird. You can put him and Andre Berto in the same class, both C+ fighters. I think when these guys were on their high horse, you know, when they fought each other, I think they're on their high horse. One, Andre Berto was in the limelight of being undefeated. He was a champion, so he was a little cocky. He wasn't trying to call out Floyd, none of the top dudes at the time while being champion, which is something he could have done. Victor Ortiz wanted a shot at greatness after being called a quitter, and he ended up showing that he wanted, like, his heart was skyrocket. So you have two guys who are just on their high horse at a time where, you know, they weren't really prepared for it. Straight up, they weren't. Ortiz wasn't prepared for the Floyd fight coming. Berto wasn't prepared for the loss. He was on his high horse. Ortiz got on his high horse, or was on his high horse, wanting to prove something to the fans, and he did that. So that's why I give them both the same ranking, C+ fighter for both of them. Do they have a potential to be a B- fighter? Maybe, what's his name? Berto does, because he has more skill in his set. He's more slick. His uppercut is better. His straight right is better. I don't know about his heart. You know, his heart doesn't play a factor, but skills pay the bills. So if I had to go by skill-wise, the heart plays a factor, which is why Delorme lost. Heart plays a factor, but if I go by skill-wise, I would give it to Berto. But don't count Ortiz out, because we all would love to see that rematch and see what happens after that. It's just Ortiz been out for a little bit, and we don't know if he's really got his head in it like that. Let me finish off with an okay dude. Let me see. I'm running out of people. Devin Alexander, I give a B- fighter. Devin Alexander, to me, no matter how good people want to rank his skill, his heart is just not in it. See, that's weird. As far as Ortiz's heart playing such a factor in a Berto fight, Alexander has no heart to me. And it feels like whenever heart is put to the test, he loses the battle every time. So I give the fight, if that comes down to heart, you know, put Ortiz against Alexander. You know, if it comes down to heart, that'll be a great fight. I mean, it'd be arguably hard to put, you know, to give Alexander just a win like that. Ortiz will go in there and make it a brawl. Berto versus Alexander. Hey, once again, you can give Alexander has skill. You know, Alexander is a C- to a, I'm giving hard rankings, I don't give a fuck, a B- to a C+ fighter. Let me put that in there. Because Alexander's heart brings him down to the C+ ranking, but his skill can keep him at a B- level. He can compete with an Amir Khan. He can compete with, let me see, who else is on here real quick that I gave? He can compete probably with Jesse Vargas if Vargas was to step up to 147. It'd be a good fight, both because they're both slick fighters in their realm. Just you know, not much to say about Alexander. They give him too much credit when he doesn't deserve it, and his heart is clearly the factor of it. Let me say now, I'm running out of people to do. Triple G, without, yeah, I give Triple G a B ranking. I don't know if I went over Triple G already, but I'll go over him again. Triple G has the likings to be great. In the 160-pound division, if he beats Peter Quillin, I'll put him at that A ranking. Until then, I give him a B ranking or a B+ ranking. Why a B+? Because B+, Triple G is knocking out everybody he goes against. He seems like he can do slick fighting techniques. But the problem is he reminds me of Canelo too much. He moves like Canelo. When Canelo tried to get close to Lara, he's just not slick enough. And that's why I see Triple G. I just see Triple G just a bigger version of Canelo. Better skill, a little bit better skill. I wouldn't say all that crazy better, but better skill. And he's still young. Him and Canelo are some young-ass motherfuckers, y'all. They're young guys, man. The next 5 years of these guys doing damage is going to be crazy in the boxing realm. So don't act like he can't be an A+ fighter. You can give him a B+ to an A- fighter. Let me be clear. A A- to a B+ fighter for Triple G. His knockouts and I'm skeptical of him, you know. His knockouts, you can put him at the A- range, okay? Him having skill and calling out 168 like he the shit and he can go up there and dominate. See him, I would pick him versus Carl Froch, you know what I mean? See, that's what I'm saying. That's why you can give him the A- range. He has the potential of being that A+ fighter. He does. But if you're not going to go up there and challenge where your challenge is and where we believe you can really do damage at, you know, imagine Triple G versus George Groves, man. That'd be a great fight. Great fight. Triple G versus Lucien Boutte I have on this list. That'd be a great fight, you know. Just him, I don't think he believes in himself that much as we do. So that's why I pull him back down toward the B+ range until he proves to me he wants to be great and is not just fighting tomato cans or just people put in front of him. Canelo has been tested. Froch has been tested. Even though he lost against Andre Ward, everybody feels Froch is second to none in that division next to Andre Ward. There's nobody better than Froch. As far as Triple G is concerned, he has not been tested yet. You know, I give him a B+ to an A-, just like I give Deontay Wilder. That's my list, man. Amir Khan. We'll go over Amir Khan maybe next time. How about that? Oh my God, Amir Khan! Let me give Amir Khan in my opinion, he is a B+ to an A- fighter. A- because of what he has shown over the years of just, you fought an undefeated, who'd he fight? Who'd he fight? Molina. He fought somebody that we felt he was going to beat. You lost against, he got cocky against Garcia. This is why I give him the lucky punch against Garcia. He got cocky against Garcia to where it pulls him back down to a C+. Amir Khan is a B- to a C+ fighter because of the fact of how cocky he ends up getting. Now for the fact of you taking some Leo, or not Leo, is it Leo Santa Cruz? He taking, I think, a Leo Santa Cruz fight. We all give you a C+ ranking because of that. You can't say you got you got Porter out there. You got Thurman out there. You got Kell Brook out there, man. You got Tim Bradley out there, my G. All these fighters to really cement yourself in your division, and you don't want to take on none of these guys. So that's why you go down to a C+, but you have the skill for a B- ranking. All right, that's my list. Get your own fucking list if you don't like it, and I got the nerve to put it up there like that. Let's go.